What's up and welcome to Week 5's recap. Going! Dinosaur vs. Outlaws. Yikes. The Dinosaur continues his rough season as no one on his team came up with more than 10 points. To add insult to injury, to pile on to damage the Dinosaurs might be losing one of his best producers, Julio Jones, for the season. Yikes. The 0-4 and 1 mother tie. Dinosaurs lose to the 3-2 Outlaws, 58-101. Kutler versus the Brownstain. The Kutler faced off against the Brownstain and won his third straight game. The Brownstain continues to have a horrendous season, so bad that he might have to just change his name to the Jacksonville Who Gives a F***. The Kutler easily handles the struggling Brownstain with an overall great performance from his team. The 3-2 Kutler wins against the 1-4 Brownstain, 98-54. Human Being versus Wolverines. Looking like a superhuman being in the past 4 weeks, the Human Being was brought back down to earth with his loss against the Wolverines. The Human Being struggled mightily as his receiving core would only produce a total of 10 points. Wolverines pounce. Do they pounce? I still don't really know what a Wolverine is. It's like a dog skunk? A mongoose bear? I don't know. The Wolverines though did what angry Wolverines do? And tacked on the Human Being's first loss, 71-94, the 3-1 and 1 motherfucking tie. Human Being loses to the 2-3 Wolverines. Wizards versus Wolves. Hey, fun fact, 1/4 of our league mascot's name starts with a W. Hope that fun fact knocks out a very important memory. The Wolves had another fantastic game with everyone producing and defeats the Wizards in week 5. The Wizards did have a pretty good week, but suffered from poor running back play and not having the injured Calvin Johnson. The 4-1 Wolves continues their scary dominance over Westeros, defeating the 2-3 Wizards, 102-119. And the best game of the week, maybe the season, Barbs versus the Knights. The highest scoring game of the season so far, this was looking very similar to the Cowboy versus Broncos game. The Barbs, Tony Romo, would duel against the Knights, Peyton Manning, and Tony would come up on top. Fortunately for the Knights, half of Peyton's touchdowns would go to his tight end, Julius Thomas. The game would go all the way down to Sunday night's super late game, with Janikowski needing only 14 points to claim victory for the Knights, but the kicker would come up short by 1. Had the Knights played anyone else besides the muy sexy Barbarians, he would have kept his perfect record. Fortunate for the 2-3 Barbs, he wins by a thread against the 4-1 Knights, 122-121. Now, last and least, I present to you the Rebel versus Gargoyles. I can give no higher praise for this Rebel team. I mean, to be so consistent in the 70s, that's an insane feat. If this fantasy game was to draft players and stay in a target area in the 70s, the Rebel would be killing it. Look at the consistency. Week 1, 77. Week 2, 78. Week 3, 73. Week 4, 72. And week 5 was a doozy. It looked like he was about to lose his streak, but Bilal Powell said, "No way, I'm going to do this for the Rebel," and got him those 3 points to hit his 70 mark. Bravo. Bravo! But this is fantasy football and nobody gives a fuck about that. The 0-5 Rebel firmly embraces his last place spot, while the undefeated Gargoyle slips by 70-75. That's it for me. But stay tuned next for a special ESPN Films 30 for 30 Winless. A true Madelmon story. Thanks.